Welcome back to Crazy Dave's Crew. I'm Laura, and you're watching Thursday Threads. Today we're going to look at using up all those scrap strips that you might have lying around. I know I've got a bunch, so don't go away. Well, the first thing that I did, I went through all my strips. I've got a couple little tubs of them, and I made about 7 inches wide, and just as long as my strips happen to be. Some were longer than so I didn't think y'all need to see me sewing these, so just sew together. It doesn't matter what the widths of them are. If you've got a 2 inch and 1 inch, 1.5, whatever, put them together. Here's one I started that's got a little bit of a wider one next to a tiny one. It'll all work. Just have them be right about 7, maybe a little bit more than 7 inches. Now, if you have an AccuQuilt, awesome. I use the tumbler. Now, if you don't have one, you can always find a pattern and draw it out and cut them. My husband bought me this AccuQuilt. It's 7-8 years ago, and it's really come in handy. It's been well worth the money that we spent on it. But we all have our little quirks of what we want and what we don't want. You may think this isn't for you. I love mine. So I went through and I just ran my strips through the AccuQuilt, making different tumblers. Okay. And then I decided, that's going to be awfully busy. So I got me a nice cheery yellow. So we're going to alternate those. So I think these are a lot of fun. And they're just going to match together perfectly. It's one of the things I do like about the AccuQuilt is it includes all the dog ears and all the little notches. So you see how all of that is just perfectly matched up. I like my 1/4 inch seam, my piecing foot. But if you want to, do a 3/4 inch or a 1/2 inch or whatever, a scant, just make sure whatever you do on one, you do on the rest of them. Also important to notice the placement of these, because on the next row you can put these together as long as you want it, but when you get to the next row you need to reverse it, because if I do this, okay, and I sew it down, and if I turn it upside down, turn it over, I have a small yellow to the big, and vice versa. So that's not going to go. So we want it to be like this. So watch your placements. And just sew together all that you want. I'm just making me a little one. I just kind of wanted to try it out. I've got all my seams going towards the solid, and that's because we got a lot of seams going on in here. And this way, if it's always pointing to the yellow, to the solid, I get that nested in there really nicely. So that's one to watch. And I pin it. I don't want it slipping. You're also going to notice that this just lines up beautifully. So let's go ahead and pin that. Again, our nesting seams. And play with it a little bit. Get them offline and then feel how it just nestles right in there. Since learning that, my seams have been so much better. Okay. Again, everything just fits so nicely. I've got a nice nest there. And then this is going to just match up perfectly right there. So let's pin that. Sew it down. Let's do that. Be right back. And there you go. That's what we've got. I think this is really cute. I like this. Definitely uses up a lot of the scraps. And then as far as evening it up, well, just find the lowest point, draw a line from here to here, and from here to here, and cut it off. You can make this as big as you want, as little as you want. It's all up to you. You may not like the scrappy string in the middle, you know, in with the solids. Maybe you want them all to be solids. I just know I had a lot of the strings left over from doing scrappy string blocks, and trying to kind of use up some of the schnitzels of fabric from here and there. I think this was a very successful experiment. I really like how it turned out. And what I think, yeah, I may do like 4. This is 4 tumblers wide, 4 tumblers long. You know, put some sashing, maybe some white sashing in between, and have 4 or 6 of these. Going to make a decent quilt. Very nice one. Very bright and cheerful. Would make a great lap quilt for someone who's shut in. So a lot of things you can do with this. And it's, again, just make sure you nest. Pay attention to how you're sewing them together. Yes, look what I did. I made a smiley face. Guess who's going frogging? I didn't just do it once either. Oh no, no, I can't do it just once. I have to do it multiple times. But you know what? There's an idea too. Make it a ring. Lots of possibilities. Lots of possibilities. So I have some frogging to do. So be sure to like and subscribe. Look for us on Facebook under Crazy Dave's Crew, and also under Sewing and Crocheting for Beginners. We love pictures. And remember to build somebody up today. Be an encouragement. Be an inspiration. Make somebody smile. That's, you know, part of what we're doing when we do this, you know. We're using all these colors, and it's always supposed to make us, I mean, it makes us smile, so why be stingy? Share it with somebody. Share your smile. So remember to encourage and inspire, and remember to come back for our next video right here on Crazy Dave's Crew. Thanks so much for watching.